Caden, where does this game kind of rank coming up on Saturday compared to games that you kind of played in your career?
Yeah, this is probably definitely the biggest game of our career because you're going on the road versus the team that hasn't lost in over 26 games. So we know how big it is, and we just got to come ready, be prepared, and just keep playing how we're playing.
Considering how much is kind of on the line with this one in terms of potential postseason hopes and anything like that, what kind of impact has that had on your locker room, the magnitude of this one?
Yeah, I feel like just over the course of the season, I feel like a lot of us got closer and closer just each week, and we just kind of been taking one game at a time, and this is just another one coming up next week or this week.
Wayne said that this game feels a little bit different in terms of the games he's played in because from the outside, a lot of people aren't expecting you guys to win or for it to be particularly close. For you guys, is that? I imagine you guys probably can't think that way. How are you guys looking at this? And Lynn brought up the term house money. How do you guys take all of this?
Yeah, we're kind of just staying to ourselves, just kind of doing what we do throughout the week, and just as a whole, just coming together and just go out and play and try to win.
Is there a difference in post game in the locker room Saturday? I'm obviously out celebrating and emotional for the win, but did you sense maybe the page was turning faster than maybe other games this season?
Yeah, I feel like seeing that locker room, I think people are really, really starting to believe that we have a shot to go to the college football playoff. That was our main goal coming into this season. And I feel like really as a whole, everyone, you can see it in people's eyes, like we can go do this thing.
Talked about the college football playoff being a goal at the beginning of the season, but when Lee was in here a second ago, he was talking about how that's not even discussed now, even though we're this far into the season and all that. That said, is it hard not to basically revisit that?
Yeah, it's kind of like as a team, we're kind of taking it one game at a time, and kind of just ended up we're 8-1, going to play a 9-0 team with all the stuff that's around the game, but we kind of just going in trying to win and see what happens after that.
Just curious, on the catch when you made near the sideline and you were getting into the secondary, did it enter your mind for a moment that you were going to hurdle that defender, or what happened on that play?
Yeah, I was trying to hurdle. I feel like throughout my college career, everyone just tries to chop on my knees, and the one time they don't do it. But I kind of got caught in the air a little bit. But, yeah, I tried to.
And what have you seen on film from that Georgia defensive front so far? What kind of threat do they pose?
Yeah, I feel like they have a really good front seven, front six. They kind of do a bunch of movement. I feel like as a whole, their whole collective, they're defensively, they're very smart, and they've got just a lot of great players on their defense. So it's definitely going to be a challenge going in there on the road. We just got to come prepared.
I wanted to ask you what you remembered about your visit here before you decided that you were going to come to Ole Miss. What did you do that day, and kind of what stood out to you about that?
Just kind of how the family atmosphere, just kind of being here, being around, you kind of seen it now, just like even our home crowd Saturday, just the people here, and you could see it, the environment there kind of changed, the outcome of the game. That kind of helped us get us going towards that there at the end. And yeah, this is the reason why I came here to playing games like this one coming up Saturday.
This team was up 8-1 last year at the same time with a big game coming up on this Saturday. Would you say in the locker room that it's been talked about a lot, how you guys want to change how you finish this season with y'all being at the same point that this team was at last year?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a lot of new players here, so it's kind of a lot of us didn't experience that last year. So a lot of the older, I feel like we kind of brought there's a lot of older dudes in that locker room that kind of understand they understand like what this game's about and like what we can go accomplish. But yeah, I feel like we just got to take it one game at a time, and this one coming up, just keep doing what we're doing. I think good things will happen.